The Arran 10 Single Malt just won the Best Value Single Malt for the third year running in the OSWAs last month. Let's taste and review it today and see why it continues to win. Thank you guys for joining me once again. My name is Wade and you are with me today on McIntyre's Malts for a tasting and review of the Arran 10 Single Malt Whiskey. Many of you no doubt will have seen last month's OSWA Awards, the online Scotch Whisky Awards for those of you that might not be familiar with the award ceremony. And the Arran Single Malt 10 years from Lochranza Distillery won the third year running for Best Value Single Malt. So this is the bottle here. Very, very nice design. I like it a lot. It's different to a lot of other bottles, you know, very unique in the way that it's presented. Okay, so let's pour a dram. We're going to get into the nosing. We're going to get into the taste on my palate. And we're going to discuss if this is a whiskey that you should pick up and if I think it's one that deserves the award 3 years running. Let's get started. Okay. Beautiful, light, golden hay color. This one here has a 10-year age statement. It's 46% ABV. We have natural color and it is non-chill filtered. So perfectly presented whiskey, everything that a whiskey enthusiast is looking for right here in this bottle. And one of the most wonderful parts about it is in the Australian market, this bottle typically retails for about $100. Yeah, fantastic value, fantastic stats, and fantastically presented. And then a nice little condensed tasting note here that says rich, honeyed, and malty. Soft vanilla and coconut character, citrus fruit freshness, orchard fruits, and hazelnuts. Given that this whiskey has now won the OSWAs 3 years in a row, I figured this was a good time for me to review this one. It's been on my shelf for a little bit and I thought maybe now is a good time to pull it down and do the nosing and tasting to give you guys some insight into the whiskey itself and see if it's one that you would like to pick up as well. Let's now start with the nose on the Arran 10. It's so beautifully fragrant right away. Oh, yeah. This malt, this gorgeous sort of burnt honey, and the oak comes through. Light touches of vanilla, most certainly. There's a floral fruitiness to this, right? Almost if you think of like orange blossoms, the flowers, as they're so fragrant and aromatic that comes through like that citrus flowers, right, on a orange blossom, if you've ever smelt that. The first thing that really gets me is how well integrated everything is on the nose. It just sort of dances harmoniously. There's no dominant thing that rises up and overpowers any of the other scents. It's all together, all working in unison, and just very, very pleasant. It's one of those things, I know it almost sounds silly to say this, but if you've ever nosed a whiskey that is of a high quality versus a whiskey that isn't, you can smell quality in a whiskey, especially if it's not chill filtered and it's presented naturally, right? Okay, let's now try the Arran 10 on my palate and see what we can find. Slange. Sweetness and delicate and light, but with body. It's like honey is sticking to my tongue. It feels like there's been honey mixed into this. Gorgeous maltiness, the right level of bite. It feels like flowers have blossomed inside my mouth, and there's just all through my nasal cavity there's these beautiful aromatic floral notes that are just like the orange blossoms, citrus. There's vanilla most certainly. I don't get the coconut note, but the oak is there, and it's a really nice soft and integrated oak that gives enough contrast with a little bit of that bite from the oak that contrasts well with the sweetness and the honey-like notes that I'm getting as well. Finish is medium. It comes through very nice. There's a nice texture to it, but it doesn't hang around for a very long time either. Now that we've had the Arran 10 in my glass for a little while, opening up, getting some exposure to oxygen, let's nose one more time and see if any new aromas and scents have opened up in my glass. It's like beautiful perfume, but one you can drink. It's so aromatic. It's just wonderfully fresh and vibrant, but not light or not so light and delicate. It just has honey and vanilla and the citrus, even buttered toast. It's beautiful. It's very nice to nose. This one I noticed after a little bit of time in the glass, it just gets better and better, and I'm sure as the bottle goes down we're going to get more of a wonderful bouquet of flowers and the aromas enhancing even further. Very well crafted. It's really apparent how well put together this whiskey is. Okay, final sip on the palate. Cheers. Such a gorgeous malt whiskey. It really does set a bar, this one. It's truly well crafted, beautiful nose, full of wonderful scents and aromas, nice texture on the palate, good bite from the ABV. It hasn't changed or transitioned too much since the initial sip and nosing, but it's just hitting the mark. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful whiskey. There's not a lot to say other than there is absolutely, in my mind, a very obvious and apparent reason why this whiskey has now won the OSWAs for the best value single malt whiskey 3 years in a row. It's incredible. You will be hard pressed to find anything as well priced as this that offers as much aroma and flavor. It's a wonderful whiskey, and most certainly I do recommend the Arran 10. It's a great whiskey. Go and grab it if you haven't tried it and you want to put a whiskey as a benchmark for the measure of quality and what a whiskey can be at 10 years of age. This one's a contender, guys. If you have enjoyed the video, you can support the channel by giving super thanks and joining the community here. So if that's something of interest to you guys, I'd love you to be a part of it. You can do that down below underneath the video. And until the next one, why don't you check out this other video I did not too long ago. All right, guys, I'm going to finish this Arran 10, and I'll see you on the next one on McIntyre's Malts. Cheers.